Day 1, Monday, the bodies of 35-year-old Nicole Brown Simpson and 25-year-old Ronald Goldman are found outside Nicole Simpson's Los Angeles condominium.
It was after midnight when the police finally arrived at the crime scene.
I could see blood on the sidewalk, but I noticed blood coming down the grout channels between the tiles. And I thought to myself, that's a lot of blood.
Nicole was found on the steps. Her feet were beneath the wrought iron fence, beneath the mailbox. Ron Goldman's body was found sprawled on the ground. It was obviously a very violent struggle.
The first patrolman on the scene was actually a very astute observer of what went on. He saw the watch cap. He saw the envelope that contained the glasses. He saw the bloody footprints. He saw a lot of the key evidence in the case, and he didn't disturb it.
OJ's kids were left inside the condo with their mother in a pool of blood right outside the condo.
Certainly one of the most heartbreaking parts of this whole story was that on the night of the murder, Sidney and Justin, the young children of OJ and Nicole, were taken out of their bedrooms on Bundy and taken to a police station. And while they are there, Sidney calls their home, trying to reach her mother, and she leaves a heartbreaking message. She says, "Please answer, Mommy, please answer. Why are we at the police station?" And it's only later, of course, they're told that their mother is dead.
Once we were able to identify Nicole Simpson, we found out that she was either married to or estranged from or possibly divorced from O.J. Simpson.
The lead detectives, Detective Phil Van Adder and Tom Lang and Mark Furman and another detective, head over to the Rockingham estate.
One of the big controversies in the trial was, why did Van Adder and Furman leave the murder scene and go to O.J. Simpson's house within a few hours of the discovery of the bodies?
It was our intention, myself and my partner, to go up there and meet Mr. Simpson so we could know him and ultimately interview him regarding this murder.
Van Adder and Furman claimed that they went to O.J.'s house to inform O.J. that his ex-wife had been killed. The defense claimed that Van Adder and Furman went to O.J.'s house to try to pin the murder on him, and ultimately, they assert, to plant evidence against O.J. at his own house.
4 detectives, myself included, took 2 vehicles over to the Rockingham location to notify Simpson about the murders and to interview him.
I observed a white Bronco parked at the east curb just north of the Rockingham gate. I walked around and looked at the Bronco parked there. Detective Furman was already at the Bronco.
Detective Furman identified what appeared to be blood on the outside of O.J. Simpson's Bronco.
As I was walking past the vehicle, I noticed a small spot above the door handle of the driver's side of the vehicle.
They see the blood on the Bronco and they think, wow, maybe there's another victim here. So they're, at that point, concerned O.J. might have been a victim. But then they go inside the property.
At this point, I'm thinking we possibly have other victims inside. It was at that point Furman went over the wall.
I jumped the wall just to the left or east of the Ashford gate, landed on the other side, came around, let the other detectives into the location.
After Furman jumps the fence, opens the door, and the detectives start knocking on doors on the property, the first person who answers is Cato Kalin.
When Furman interviewed Cato Kalin, Cato mentioned that he was on the phone with his girlfriend lying in bed.
I said, I don't know if this is like a big thing, but I heard these thumps, these boom, 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 and the picture moved. And when the picture moved, I said, I think we just had an earthquake. It's back behind this wall, and that's where they found the glove.
Furman followed up on that, as he well should have, on what these thumps may or may not have been.
I continued walking down the path And when I got approximately 15 or 20 feet away, I saw a dark object. It appeared a dark leather glove. It appeared to be somewhat moist or sticky. It appeared that parts were sticking to other parts of the glove.
Once they find the glove, the detectives really start to investigate what's going on at Rockingham.
Right about the same time, the sun is coming up, and several people observe what appears to be a blood trail from the rear of the Bronco at the Rockingham gate, tailing from the rear of the Bronco in through the gate up towards the front.
Are those blood spots in the driveway?
Phil Van Adder finds drops of blood, drops of fresh blood on the walkway and in the foyer of O.J. Simpson's house.
At this time, the decision was made to declare this a crime scene. When that happens, you vacate everybody from the home. It was decided that Phil would get a search warrant, which we would have needed at that particular point.
And the question was, is O.J. Simpson a
Well, obviously, we're not going to rule anyone out.
Ronald Goldman was a self-defense trained person, 20 years younger than O.J. Simpson, but he had 24 different wounds and cuts and scratches on his hands. The criminal made a mess of the crime scene. I mean, there was blood everywhere. If O.J. carried out these murders, why was there not more blood in O.J.'s Bronco?